Welcome to SAT TV News. I am Desmond Joseph, your presenter for today. In our top stories, Granby Police to tackle crime with opening of new police station. Turks and Caicos election challenges withdrawn. Test tube baby pioneer Professor Sir Robert Edwards dies. And in sports, 6 newcomers to represent Dominica in Windward Island Senior Men's Championship. Details of these and other stories will follow.
No child from 2012 onwards should be born with HIV. Even if you infected with HIV, you're still a human being. They're still living, they're still breathing, so we got to love and respect them. Darren Sammy here endorsing the Live Up campaign. 2012, from now on, no Caribbean child born with HIV. We're moving forward, we're educating our people, and it's all about love, protect, respect.
Live up, shout, live up, live up.
The Dominica State College will train 25 foremen and contractors from the CARICOM region in safer building practices at its Baffin State campus from 15th to 19th April 2013. 12 of the participants will be from various countries of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States and 13 from Dominica. Dean of the Faculty of Education of DSC, Merrill J. Matthews, stated, "The Safer Building course is designed to train builders and contractors in the techniques for constructing safer residential buildings. It also covers critical aspects of residential buildings including roofs, walls, floors, foundations, pre-construction planning, and post-construction maintenance."
We in the Caribbean, well known that every year we face the nightmare of the possibility of a hurricane hitting our islands between the months of June and November. Whenever a hurricane hits, the damage that is done results in a lot of capital, a lot of cash to reconstruct and to re-establish. It is important for us, therefore, that we improve on the way we build so that in the event that a disaster strikes us, the impact of the disasters upon our residential buildings is less.
Mr. Matthews says if the negative impact of natural disasters is reduced, then the cost of reconstruction or rehabilitation is decreased. He said this course is aimed at equipping contractors and foremen with a higher level of safety skills which they will use in their everyday construction methods. Mr. Matthews noted this course will create in the region a culture of safety in the construction industry. The Dean of the Faculty of Education said, "So far, the DSC has conducted 3 safer building courses in collaboration with the Caribbean Disaster and Emergency Management Agency."
Upon the evaluation of how we delivered the courses, SEDIMA felt very strongly that we had tremendous capacity to not only deliver the course at a local level, but to broaden our scope to include persons at the regional level. And so when SEDIMA called me in January of this year and said, "We would like you to do a course for our regional partners," we felt excited, we felt happy, because for one thing it was saying to us at Dominica State College that we are doing a very good job as far as our presentation skills are concerned. And secondly, that here was an opportunity to now market ourselves within the region as a quality institution.
It is hoped that the participants will all leave the course with a high sense of safety which will be passed on to others.
Very importantly, we would like the course to be done so well from the regional perspective that we would be able to attract other carpenters, masons, foremen, builders, contractors within the region to come to Dominica to take the course.
Acting National Disaster Coordinator Mr. Don Corriette sees the course as an excellent opportunity for the DSC to expand its reach beyond Dominica and establish itself as a leader for such training in the OECS. The lead facilitators for the course, Mr. Several McKenzie, said Mr. Aki Boland, both from Dominica, are well qualified and have wide experience both in the construction of safer buildings and in delivery of training locally and regionally. In more news, the government of Dominica, in collaboration with the government of the Republic of Venezuela, made 10 single-parent families proud on Tuesday, April 9th, when they officially received the keys and letters of allocation of their free homes. While the houses are free to the homeowners, they are expected to pay for the land at a rate of $1 per square foot, which will be leased for a period of 50 years with an additional rent of only $100 per annum to be paid by 6 months installments. Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit mentioned that some of the conditions of the homes are that the homes owners are to keep the houses clean, plant flowers, and maintain the peace.
Well, I know there are other people with housing challenges in Granby. We shall continue working with this council and the parliament towards reaching out to those some families who are still in need of help. But the most important thing you must remind yourself is that if your neighbor has gotten a house or his house has been improved, it means therefore your help is closer than it was before. So you must not be envious of your neighbor getting a house or getting help. You must pray to God that, thank God that your neighbor now has a house, and very soon the good Lord will bless you with one yourself. So let us not be envious of those 10 families who have received, because they're all deserving families.
Parliamentary representative for the Granby constituency, Honorable Justina Charles, stated these 10 families are very grateful. Before owning their home, it was just a dream, but the government has transformed this dream into a reality.
From 2009, in addition to the 10 houses now being commissioned, 45 other families have enjoyed improvements in their housing condition, costing $439,000. Some of these families received new houses, while others were assisted with renovation. We must therefore recognize the effort of the Honorable Prime Minister in securing funds from our friendly governments who continue to give to our national development agenda. I wish on behalf of the recipients of these houses and the people of the Granby constituency to express our sincerest gratitude to the government of Venezuela.
Mrs. Charles encouraged the families allocated to the homes to ensure they comply with all conditions attached to the ownership. Michael Henry, Joycelyn Benjamin, Shirley Peters, Mashira Lifam, Marvella Alexander, Marie Henry, Joanna Paquette, Jennifer Bonney, Gwendolyn Gabriel, and Georgette Gachette are the recipients of these houses. One of the recipients of the Petro Casas, Miss Jennifer Bonney, stated, owning a house was a fantasy for her, and thanked Prime Minister Skerrit for making this mental image become a reality, as it was definitely beyond her ability.
I can safely say that all of us receiving these houses today were in a similar predicament. I could not give forth to building a house since I do not own land. My engagement as a self-employed individual only allow for hand-to-mouth situation. Therefore, building a house was truly a fantasy. Whenever it rained heavily and the waters would come pouring in, my cry would be, one day God will bless me with a house to call my own. Sometimes I wondered, is anyone hearing my cry? Little did I know that somewhere beyond the horizon, a man with a very big heart by the name of Hugo Chavez heard my cry. May his soul rest in peace.
Ms. Bonny mentioned this presentation of Petro Casas has given 10 single families reason to smile while living in comfort. She said when her mother died 45 years ago, all that was left was a photograph. However, when it is her turn, she will leave her 2 sons and 2 granddaughters with a house to call their own. The 745 square feet Petro Casas consists of 3 bedrooms, a living room, kitchen, 2 bathrooms and a porch, and are valued at about $90,000 each. In more news, Dominica's athletes Miss Shani Angle and Miss Luan Gabriel have received full scholarships by the government of Dominica to attend college and university. Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit stated that the scholarships are a form of recognizing the achievements of the island's youth. Miss Angle's secondary school coach, Mr. Walson Packett, noted that he agrees with the Prime Minister's statement in that we have to promote and recognize the achievements of our young people.
With regard to the announcement that was made by the Prime Minister of Dominica, extending full scholarships to Miss Shani Angle of the Pieta Secondary School, giving her scholarship full scholarship to finish her secondary education and her tertiary education at the Dominica State College and to a university of her choice. I would like to extend congratulations to her as her coach, Walton Packett.
Miss Angle, a student at the Pieta Secondary School, captured a gold medal in the 2013 Carifta Games. Mr. Packett says the community of Granby as well as the Pieta Secondary School is extremely proud of her. Also, the sports teacher and coordinator at the school, she has done proud, and I am very proud of her for her stellar accomplishments in the area of track and field and in attaining academic help from the government of Dominica. I must say, job well done to Ms. Angle. You have made Granby proud. You have made your coach, Mr. Packett, very proud. Miss Gabriel is a 2012 Carifta gold medalist in the 200-meter dash. The Prime Minister said the scholarships was decided upon by Cabinet. The athletes are expected to maintain a high level of performance during their entire education career, the Prime Minister said. In more news, Tuesday, April 9, 2013 was a historic day for the community of Granby as a new police station was officially opened in that community. Minister of National Security Honorable Charles Sarver stated this station will serve as a testimony to the government's commitment to peace and security. He mentioned that it will also aid in the fight against crime and criminal activities in Granby and the surrounding communities.
While our community policing initiatives may be considered the watershed moment in this community, this modern structure will make the officers in the Granby district the best housed police officers on the island. This facility has long been awaited, as the Granby police station has been housed in a private dwelling house from 1998. Private dwelling houses, we will all agree, are not suitably designed for the operations of a police station. The facility was constructed by R&L Construction, a construction firm owned and operated by Mr. Lazarus Regis and Mr. Donald Leta, two individuals from the Grand Bay District, while the design and supervision of the work was conducted by the Technical Services Division of the Ministry of Public Works, Energy and Ports.
Mr. Sarve says this new facility cannot solve nor prevent crimes. However, it is expected to stimulate the appropriate attitudes required for improved efficiency by the men and women stationed here. They should translate to the appropriate relationship the police have with the community, which will ensure that citizens in Grand Bay and island-wide feel safe and free to conduct their affairs in a peaceful environment. He said citizens must continue to feel free to visit Grand Bay at any time or night or day, set up businesses, enterprises to live and work in the community, and also raise their families.
There should be no fear of violence arising out of illegal possession or use of firearms, or the use or abuse on trafficking in illegal drugs, or theft of agricultural produce known as predial larceny, or theft generally, burglary, and robbery. The people of Grand Bay and visitors to Grand Bay must continue to feel free to walk the streets of Grand Bay at any time of day or night.
Parliamentary representative for the Grand Bay constituency, Honorable Justina Charles, said with the increased accommodation for police officers at the facility, it is her hope that there will be more police patrols in the community geared at crime reduction. Improved space for administrative duties is another positive feature of the facility. While promoting positive work attitudes, increased work output, this serves to encourage the officers. Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit stated, "This new police station is a symbol of the government's ongoing effort to fight crime so that all Dominicans can feel safe while walking the streets of Dominica without fear or favor." He said security is important and they will continue to invest in that area.
This police station is a clear manifestation of the government's commitment to ensuring that we have a peaceful society. And those who believe that we should have no police in Dominica, and those who believe that we should build no police stations in Dominica, and those who believe that we should not go ahead and fight crime in every part of this country, I am saying to you this evening that if you do not like what the government is doing in terms of fighting crime, because we need to fight crime, you can vote in the next government. We believe will be softer on crime in Dominica.
The new building will include storage space, offices, garage area, temporary holding cells, a generator house, and water storage tanks. The construction of the police station was made possible by funds from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela in the tune of 3.7 million Eastern Caribbean dollars. R&L Construction Company was responsible for the project with supervision and design coming from the Technical Services Unit of the Ministry of Public Works. And in our last local story for the evening, the Dream Team, a non-profit organization, continues to thrive steadily as they host their 6th play, Though It Rain, carded for Friday 12th and Sunday 14th. The local group is well known within the community for dynamic presentations through the art forms. Writer of the play, Mr. Peter Panfia, says this one took him a month to write. Mr. Panfia added that the play consists of everyday dramas, struggles, and fears.
It's really a play which tackles the issues that goes on, like layoffs and all the different difficulties in the home, family when they lay off people, what do they do after they lay off, and how do they take this layoff? Do they just give up on life, or do they figure if one door is closed, many other doors are open? Basically, it's a play that people can identify with. It is also deals with breast cancer and things like that, issues that happens in the home, and people have difficulties, and it really shows that in every dark cloud there's a silver line.
He stated it is quite easy for him to write this plays because he can relate to some of the situations. The main message Mr. Panfea wants the play to reveal is that there is and always will be hope.
In the midst of difficulties, all these trials, all this global recession, there's always hope. There's always something else we can do. We shouldn't give up. That's basically the main idea of the play. And sometimes things happen to us to make us stronger. And it may be a health issue, it may be your financial issues, but this happened to make us stronger. We shouldn't give up. And there's always hope.
And what's your main? When asked what his main expectation of the play is, Mr. Panfea had this to say.
It's a really comedy, serious play, and also cry. People always cry. I wrote the play, and when I practice, sometimes I cry because the issues are so real, and sometimes tears come down my eyes. So I expect both. A lot of laughter, but there are times when people actually cry. People who follow the play and really take it seriously, they'll cry. I mean, most people cry, believe me.
Miss Desma Patrick and Mr. Jed Farrell, both actors in the play, are urging the public to attend. They both believe that the play will have a positive impact on the crowd.
In the play, I have 3 beautiful children. I mean, they argue a lot. Well, they are kids. They argue a lot, they fight a lot, but at the end of the day, they really love each other. Well, in the play, I'm the one who's here for Barack while he's going through all the trials and tribulations. We have to stick together because, I mean, we're married and our vow says in thickness and in thin to live those paths for as long as we shall live. So no matter what, we have to stick together.
I mean, this play is based on today's lifestyle, so to speak, and it's basically what happened here in Dominica. I mean, people go through a lot of troubles, circumstances, mortgages high, bills, payments, all these kind of things, and that's what the play shows.
The play begins at 8 p.m. at the Arak House of Culture, and tickets cost $20 for adults and $10 for children.
On April 12th
and 14th,
come see our play
at the Arak House of Culture.
See you there.
This has been a local segment of the news. Coming up next, regional highlights.